I'm going to bring in my character sort of over here, and then we'll go set that up. Now my character is already part of a blend file, so I can use the append option here, the file append, and that means that file is going to be, or the selection of what I'm taking out of that file is going to be added to this current file. Link means it'll look at an external file and it'll just bring that in no matter what that looks like. The advantage of that is if you had a second file and you want to make adjustments in that, these adjustments will then also populate into this scene. But I don't want to do that. I'm just going to go and basically copy that, and then I have everything in this file here. And that, I think, comes from here. I have something called geopost, and that's what I'm going to bring in. So append, and a blend file, if you didn't know, this is just a zip file, so you can go and have a look at what I want to bring in. Mine's probably a collection, and it's a whole geopost collection I'm going to go and bring in here and append, and I can see her in the background here. I'll select her armature and then select Shift Z to bring her over to somewhere like this. Full stop on the numpad will focus in on that, and I'll say she's probably going to be somewhere here. Shift Z I use to move, and then RZ to rotate her around, something like that. Maybe this is maybe something like that. I don't know if the height is correct here. GZ, is it gonna? No, the height wasn't correct. We don't want her hovering over the floor, so GZ until she just about sinks in. Shift held down will sort of give you finer control. That's pretty much it. We don't have to frame her feet in, so maybe this is actually an okay shot, or we can adjust the camera. I don't really mind how we do that, but yeah, this is what it looks like now. Let me go switch over. Now it goes and compiles the shaders for her, because we hadn't seen those yet. And I might also just disable the bones so that we see just the character and less of any rigged bones here. I think framing wise it's going to work nicely that she's sort of between here, but we can still see this and we can still see that. And I think there's something wrong with her tongue. Whoops, that appears to be poking through her mouth. Yeah, not a good look. Not a good look. Why don't we take care of that, because that's probably just a little posing thing. Let's do that. So let's go, and with the armature selected, in fact for that I do need to see my bones again, don't I? And I'll go over to pose mode and have a look what that is. Is that it? Nope, that's the lip. It's probably this orange thing here. Is that it? Yes, look at that. So that's the orange thing that I'm thinking we need to go and bring that tongue in there. Perfect. So that's that took care of that. Whoops. Yeah, no more tongue popping through the lips, because that was ever so slightly awkward. There, perfect. So now we have our character in place. We've got our scene sort of base lit. I'm going to go and switch over to cycles now and have a look what this would look like as it comes out as a final render. So not bad. I like the background, but of course the character is too dark and I don't really read any of the cars here. I can't see any separation, and basically all this area here is basically just like a black mess that I can't really make out as a viewer. So no matter what I do to it in post-production later, this is not going to work. So I think let's worry about lighting the character first, also giving us a bit more base lighting here in the middle, and then we'll add some accentuating lights, one behind the cars here, one behind here, probably one behind the RDP light here, perhaps even one behind the gate that's closed, and probably also one behind here, because we do have all these geometric details, but I can't make them out in the image. Even though I know they're there, our viewers aren't going to see that. So let's start with our character, and in fact start with something that is going to be helpful later when it comes to setting the depth of field up. I'm going to create myself a focus and light helper.